On Monday, the Chinese Foreign Ministry stated that the U.S. has violated Chinese airspace more than 10 times without authorization since the start of last year and that China has handled these incursions professionally. The Chinese Foreign Ministry referred to the U.S. as the most extensive spying empire in the world for sending numerous spy airships across the globe and urged it to stop defaming others and inciting conflict. The U.S. has illegally flown its high-altitude balloons above Chinese airspace more than 10 times without Chinese authorities' approval since the start of 2022, according to Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson Wang Wenbin in answer to a series of inquiries regarding the recent balloon incident. According to Wang, unauthorized U.S. balloon intrusions into another nation's airspace are not uncommon, and China handles these occurrences responsibly and competently. The comments were made after CNN reported, citing the Pentagon, that on Sunday, at the direction of U.S. President Joe Biden, the U.S. military shot down another airborne item above Lake Huron. The action comes after a Chinese civilian unmanned blimp used primarily for meteorological research was shot down on February 4. This marks the third day that an unidentified object has been shot down above North American airspace. Chinese specialists claim that the U.S.'s frequent deployment of its military forces to shoot down alleged unidentifiable objects merely revealed its panic and paranoia, which also showed its weakness. The most extensive spying empire. The Chinese civilian unmanned airship entering U.S. airspace was an accident brought on by force majeure. Still, Wang said that the U.S. used excessive force by frequently using high-tech missiles to shoot down unknown flying objects. According to Wang, the practice was not only criticized by a large number of Americans but also wasted federal funds without providing any real benefits to the populace. The spokesperson for the Chinese Foreign Ministry claimed that the U.S. has the most extensive worldwide spying network and is the world's most extensive surveillance and reconnaissance nation. The National Security Agency, NSA, of the United States keeps track of the text messages and phone calls made by political leaders in Norway, Sweden, the Netherlands, Germany, France, and other European nations. Wang claimed that almost 100 U.S. embassies and consulates worldwide had monitoring equipment installed covertly to acquire information from the host nation. The NSA remotely stole 971 pieces of worldwide Internet data and 1,241 phone records in 30 days in 2022, according to a revelation by the information security media outlet Answer, endangering the privacy of numerous persons from different nations. Recently, a U.S. boat that was unmanned and used to collect underwater data was found in Namibian waters. According to most local media, this unmanned boat is a U.S. espionage ship. How many surveillance balloons and airships have the U.S. launched globally? The U.S. is well aware. Who is the biggest spying empire in the world? This is also highly evident in the world community, according to Wang. With 657 flights in 2022 and 64 flights in the South China Sea in January of this year alone, the U.S. has also frequently sent aircraft and warships to conduct close-in surveillance on China, Wang claimed. This has seriously jeopardized Chinese national security and weakened regional peace and stability. Chinese experts said that the facts brought up by China are putting things straight and allowing the world to understand the truth and facts about the U.S.-China conflict. They also allow other countries to see through the U.S.-led smear and defamation campaign against China, some experts said, despite White House National Security spokesperson John Kirby's denials on Monday. The most recent development also occurred after an F-16 fighter shot down an unidentified airborne object on Sunday while traveling over the state of Michigan at an altitude of roughly 6,000 meters. In addition, on the combined instructions of U.S. Vice President Joe Biden and Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, a U.S. F-22 warplane launched a missile on Saturday that brought down a target over the Yukon and Canada's far north at the height of 12,000 meters. The three most recent unexplained objects flew at significantly lower heights than the Chinese high-altitude balloon, making it unlikely that they are Chinese. They are entirely different forms of thing based on size, the Chinese Academy of Social Sciences Liu Xiong told the Global Times on Monday. According to Liu, the U.S. may have to give issues more attention due to specific emotions. Using advanced missiles to shoot down those objects is like shooting a mosquito with cannon. Hysteria and paranoia. Some Chinese specialists think the U.S. is currently thinking paradoxically. Republicans have been using the Chinese balloon incident to attack the Biden administration as irresponsible. On the one hand, it must step up so-called airspace monitoring. On the other hand, continuing to shoot down unidentified objects exposes the U.S. government's vulnerable mindset. The U.S. government should be open about what those objects are that could pose potential risks to civil aviation. Li Haidong, a professor at the Institute of International Relations at the China Foreign Affairs University, told the Global Times on Monday that the U.S. is currently highly vulnerable in terms of its sense of security and has displayed growing anxiety, prompting it to shoot down aerial objects one after another. But even though it hasn't been made clear where those objects come from, Li predicted that U.S. public opinion would associate the actions with the Chinese balloon, demonstrating how the Biden administration's approach to China policy has hardened and how the country's perception of China has deteriorated. Given this lack of flexibility, any potential improvement in China-U.S. relations will be highly challenging. At a time when tensions between China and the U.S. over the balloon incident are at an all-time high, the U.S. Navy and Marine Corps are conducting joint exercises in the South China Sea, the AP reported on Monday. The 13th Marine Expeditionary Unit and the USS Nimitz Aircraft Carrier Strike Group have reportedly been performing integrated expeditionary strike force operations in the South China Sea, according to a report in the media. The 7th Fleet, located in Japan, confirmed this on Sunday. Additionally, on Sunday, local maritime authorities in Shandong Province in East China reportedly discovered an unidentified flying object in the vicinity of the coastal city of Rizhao and were preparing to shoot it down. Wang responded to a query about the news by saying, "The pertinent Chinese department published the notice. Therefore, I'd suggest you contact the appropriate department." The spokesperson for the Chinese Foreign Ministry stated on Monday that China reserves the right to employ any necessary means to cope with similar circumstances. She was asked how China would respond if another U.S. balloon entered Chinese airspace again. No nation can ensure that similar mishaps won't occur. However, they should be handled appropriately by the U.S. side in a calm, collected, and professional manner, with objectivity and reason, added Wang.